Warm greetings from Mangalore and Indian Association of Dermatologists, Venereologists and Nephrologists. I am Professor Ramesh Bhatyam, currently working as Vice Dean at Father Mulla Medical College, Mangalore, and also Professor of Dermatology. I was the President of Indian Association of Dermatology, Venereology and Nephrology, which is the second biggest dermatology association in the world after USA, that is AAD. In the year 2018, I was the president. I was also the president of Organized Medicine Academic Guild of India, which is actually a congregation of associations, specialty associations, in the year 2019. And currently, I am the first Indian elected International Director of International League of Dermatology Societies, which is also a conglomeration of various dermatological associations in the world. And we actually collaborate with the World Health Organization as far as dermatology, health, and education is concerned. I would like to today brief about my journey through the metamorphosis of dermatology in India, a 3 decades experience. In fact, I joined the specialty of dermatology in the year 89. So I have almost approximately completed 3 decades of dermatology. And there is a slow change in how our subject is being looked into, how the skin diseases are being looked into by the public as well as by the doctors. So it is said that unexpected journeys often lead to adventures beyond our wildest dreams. In fact, this quote perfectly encapsulates my ongoing journey in dermatology. In fact, when I had joined post-graduation in dermatology way back in 1989, it was actually not my first choice, like many of my colleagues at that time. However, my unplanned choice has proven to be gratifying beyond measure. It was an unconventional yet momentous start into a new and exciting world of visual adventure, which I continue to explore over the years. With immense pride and humility, I bear witness to the revolutionary changes that have happened in the field of dermatology over the last 3 decades. In fact, I sincerely thank Justice Ranganath Mishra, for whom I wrote a letter stating that MD seat has not been taken in one of the medical colleges, even though I was eligible. So it was his direction which helped me in pursuing post-graduation in the field of dermatology. In fact, in our initial years of training, the scope of dermatology was confined to managing cases often dictated by limited availability of topical and systemic medication. So we had few steroid creams, few antibacterial creams, and very few systemic medication that was quite useful in the field of dermatology and in treating our patients. In fact, we had a separate pharmacy for dermatology where we used to dispense drugs like calamine lotion, Whitfield's ointment, coal tar solutions, and then liquor piscis carbonis. Agents of this nature were being dispensed. This reality has undergone a tectonic shift, actually. We now have a plethora of newer molecules, including biologics and small molecules. So we have lots of biologics which are used in autoimmune diseases, psoriasis, and topical agents, of course, maybe newer steroid creams, vitamin D3 analogs, then drugs like tacrolimus, so on and so forth. Over the years, research in dermatology and therapeutics is immense. It has helped the dermatologists to effectively manage various chronic and debilitating dermatologic diseases. As a positive trend, what we have seen, compared to the grim picture of high leprosy prevalence decades ago, we now come across fewer cases of leprosy. I consider this as a dedicated efforts of my colleagues, our seniors, which has helped in reducing the number of Hansen's disease, which is mainly considered as a social stigma. Then, as far as in the area of sexually transmitted diseases, earlier there was an overwhelming predominance of bacterial sexually transmitted diseases like syphilis, gonorrhea, chancroid, and lymphogranulovenereum and granuloma inguinale, and rising cases of human immunodeficiency virus infection. Presently, we see more viral STDs. It may be herpes, it may be condyloma acuminata, and there is a small concern because there is a few instances of resurgence of syphilis in various parts of the world. So also drug-resistant gonorrhea. Notably, most of our patients with HIV infection receive good quality of antiretroviral drugs and lead near normal lives. Then coming to one more adventure that dermatologists have done is in the field of dermatosurgery. Dermatosurgery's evolution has helped many patients, especially in diseases like vitiligo, scars, and even acne. Aesthetic dermatology has made people focus on desired skin than diseased skin. Lasers and other physical modalities of therapy have revolutionized the outcome of acne and scars. Basic and applied research in dermatology has transformed our understanding of diseases. The branch of dermatology that used to be an unconventional choice for post-graduation is now the cynosure of all eyes and toppers vie for a spot to pursue this field. Nevertheless, the picture is not as rosy as it may appear. We see a rise of leprosy cases, which are of the multibacillary or infective spectrum, and also we are seeing good number of pediatric Hansen's diseases. We continue to fight biases and social stigma against not just leprosy, but even diseases like vitiligo. In fact, all over the world, we are observing June 25th as the World Vitiligo Day, and our association IADVL is pioneer in imparting knowledge about vitiligo for the public so that there is no discrimination against patients who are suffering from vitiligo. Even WHO will be coming out with a document on vitiligo, and it will also help in research in the various aspects of vitiligo pathogenesis as well as management. Our changing lifestyle with a rise in obesity conditions is linked to a surge in various diseases. We call them as metabolic diseases like psoriasis and other autoimmune diseases like collagen vascular diseases. There is a profound misuse of topical steroids for pestilence that must be curtailed. So it may be just for conditions ranging from quick fix skin lightening to skin infection. So it has become a big menace. The epidemic of dermatophytosis continues unabated with emerging drug-resistant strains of fungi. We are observing change in the mycology of dermatophytosis. Previously, we had mainly Trichophyton rubrum as the predominant organism, but presently we have Trichophyton mentagrophytes overtaking this Trichophyton rubrum. In fact, we had warned the government of India, our association with our pioneers in this field, have warned the government of India nearly 10 years ago about the misuse of topical steroids and combination creams, which will produce the problems in the field of dermatophytosis. The epidemic of dermatophytosis continues unabated, and we are seeing lots of drug-resistant fungal infections also. This is a direct result of topical steroid combination creams. In fact, in the year 2018, when I was the president of IODVL, we have filed a public interest litigation in Delhi High Court, and the government agreed to make topical corticosteroids under Schedule H drugs, not as a over-the-counter preparation. Then, coming to aesthetic dermatology, it continues to be encroached upon by various others, especially quacks, to pursue easy money, which has created ethical and safety issues. As dermatologists, we hold our responsibility to educate our society about skin health to the highest standard. International and national dermatology associations, such as ILDS, which has got Global Skin Health as the motto, and Indian Association of Dermatology, Venereology and Leprosy, which helps people to get dermatology care at an affordable rates and available in all the areas. We continue our fight to curtail infectious diseases and topical steroid abuse. We continue to work towards quality dermatology education, steeped equally in expertise and ethics. In fact, our national society, as well as the international organizations, strive hard to give more opportunity for young dermatologists and residents. In the last 3 decades, the story of the evolution of dermatology is profound and stirring. As a robust and united global community of dermatologists, we strive with courage, conviction, and curiosity to create better solutions for better skin health for all. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you. Thank you.